Okay. All right. So we should just get started then. Okay, wait. Now where'd my thing go? There it is. Okay. Would anyone be willing to take notes?
Let me get some paper. I'll take notes.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's all. And so I wonder where it's live streaming, if it's on our Facebook page or if it's.
It's probably on the Michigan City Facebook page, the My Michigan City. That's where all the meetings have been streaming live is there.
Okay. And I'm sure not cool to be snacking while I'm running the meeting. Sorry. Okay. So did everyone get all the materials, the minutes?
I have some questions about the minutes.
Okay.
I do too.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find through my pages.
I'll just say mine right away. I was not at the meeting, so I could not have seconded the closing of the meeting.
I questioned the whole last page because you were not the only person who it was reported was not at the meeting that was reported to have been involved with that. And then the next meeting date is December 12th and January 9th. And supposedly this is the minutes for the January 9th meeting. It says, Deb moved to adjourn. Deb was listed as absent. Nancy seconds. Nancy was listed as absent. And then two. So I think, I don't know. That's funny.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wait, where'd the minutes go? The minutes. Okay. Okay. So, commissioners. Oh, I am sure that the mistake there is that it says that they are, no, they're not backwards. That can't be right. So it's January 9th. That's correct. But I know that Clarence was there, Gwen was not, Madison was not, Nancy was not. I
was in Antarctica.
So I was there. I don't know about Elysia. Oh, maybe she was there. And Dominique was there, I think, right, Dominique?
She's muted.
Dominique, can you unmute and let us know if you were at the January meeting? I'm pretty sure
I don't believe I was there. Sorry if it's a bit noisy.
Okay, so you say you were there?
No, I said I don't believe I was there.
Oh, you were not there. I'm sorry. Okay. So, oh yeah, that's kind of.
Who took the minutes?
I don't know. Daisy was doing them, and I'm not sure if she did these.
Elliot just chatted that sometimes they are cut and pasted. So it could easily have been pasted from the on the previous page. It actually says Faye moved to adjourn. And then it goes on.
Actually, you know what though? Faye, because Faye actually, I think she arrived late. So I think she was there at the end. That's my recollection.
Yeah, but it wasn't at the end. It was on page 3.
On page 3.
And then it goes on page 3, and then it has all of page 4.
I don't think I don't think January is our last.
No, we had a meeting in March because I was there.
Yeah, and I wasn't there for the March or the February. No, it was March. Yeah, and I wasn't there for that because we had parent-teacher conferences.
March 12th was the last one, and that's when we talked about possible shutdown of everything, and the next day everything shut down.
Okay. So, Dahlia, do you know if you have anything from March?
I was not the one taking notes, so.
Right, but I thought maybe you would have gotten those minutes. You would have gotten a draft or something from Daisy.
But I wasn't there for March.
Oh, Daisy's here?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Daisy. Yeah. Okay, so you were not there in March.
Did you possibly take notes?
No, because we had parent-teacher conferences that day.
Andy.
So me and Elijah weren't there.
No, I've only taken notes for the group once. I took a few of my own personal notes, but nothing detailed. We talked about cohort info, green drinks a little bit, public transit, grant projects for STEM, working on resolutions for the city. And then we talked about the lead-based paint that was coming up in April, but everything that we talked about changed after a pandemic and everything got closed. And so, yeah.
So Dahlia, can I ask you to just try to go back through your emails and see if you received a draft minutes from anybody after that March meeting? Because I would assume that whoever did it would have sent them to you.
I will take a look back through my binder of notes and, yes, I will check. So I'll double check. So we'll have to put that on hold now.
Okay. Okay, so back to the agenda. Okay, so Laura is taking notes. Laura, can you do a roll call for us?
I'm afraid I don't have a list of everybody who should be here, but maybe I can make it up.
Should I not take notes then? Should I not take
Oh,
notes?
that's right, Daisy's here. I forgot.
Oh,
Sorry,
awesome.
sorry, Daisy.
Okay.
I forgot because you weren't
got
here,
it,
so I
Daisy.
asked Laura.
I mean, if
Sorry,
you want to, you can.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Daisy. Are you gonna do a roll call, Daisy? Oh, you're muted.
I was unmuted. Sorry.
There we go.
Who has switched out?
What do you mean?
Because we have Laura now.
Oh,
So-
she replaced Larry Zimmer.
Okay. All right. So, Delia Gigas.
She's here.
She's okay. All right. Daisy Lee here.
Here, but no, okay.
Andy Jans Davis.
Here.
Faye Moore. Okay. Clarence Hulse. Gwen Sardone. Madison Gresham. Nancy Moldenhauer.
Here.
Deb Chubb.
Here.
Alasia Briggs. Dominique Edwards.
Present.
Laura Henderson.
Here.
Okay, and then I saw a couple other people. Tristan Bogart, I think I saw you on here. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
So, yes.
Are you-
So Tristan is a guest, and but
Okay.
he's really interested in working with us. So yeah, definitely he should just be noted.
Yeah, he has a really cool idea, I know. And then is Caleb
Caleb, I don't know if he participates in the meeting. He's the host. He works for the city.
Okay, hi Caleb. All right, and is there anybody else that I missed?
Faye Moore is not here.
Yeah, she called her.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Clarence,
sorry.
and Clarence, you called.
Mhm.
And our liaison is not here either,
Right.
Mike.
Mac.
Mac.
Right. Right.
Cool.
Okay, great. All right. So Clarence texted, and he is not able to make it today. So okay. All right. So so we didn't meet in February because of some kind of snowstorm, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we did not meet in April and May because of the lockdown.
Yes.
Okay. So we have a kind of just a skeleton agenda, just because we have to kind of regroup. So under old business, let's see. So student commissioner. Yeah. So Daisy, is Alasia still able to join us?
I'm not sure. I'll get in contact with her. I do know that she'll be at the high school now. So how do you all want to do that? Since it is a 2-year term, but she was an 8th grader and she'll be at the high school now. So should I find another Krieger student?
I think so. I think didn't we say? I think it says in the ordinance, one is from Krieger, one is from Barker, and one is from Michigan City High School, and one is from Marquette.
I don't think The students did not have terms. I think we were hoping that they would be able to be with us for 2 years. But purposefully, we did not put terms on those, knowing they may advance, between middle school and high school.
Yeah.
So it'd be great if Alasia could stay on, because I don't think that we have any other high school students. So
Okay.
she could be our high school student now.
True.
But yes, and then if you could, find another student at Krieger, that'd be great.
Okay. Cool.
And then now, Tristan, you are a student, right?
Yes, I am in the high school as a
It's in the
sophomore.
high school, yeah.
Great. Well, we would love to have you as a student commissioner.
That would be great.
Are
That'll be
you interested in that?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay, great. So I move that we add Tristan Bogart as I shouldn't be moving him. No, somebody else should move to add him, if you so.
Maybe he would like to say something to us first.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I did email you guys my speech if you would like to review that anytime.
Did everyone get that? It was a very
I did,
nice
yeah.
one.
But I was curious to learn more, and I think I saw that you emailed more, but I didn't have time to see that. So I'd love to hear an expansion on that.
Okay.
So yeah, just tell us more about yourself, Tristan.
All right. Well, I'm 16. I'm a sophomore at Michigan State High School. I like to. Okay. I would like to join because I feel like it would be a way for me to serve my city and my country, most importantly. And I always had ambition to join the government. Some stuff about me is that I'm energetic, logical, smart, caring, loyal, and dedicated person. I find myself that I like to push boundaries and see when people say, "Oh, that's impossible." I like pushing boundaries and make it possible.
All right,
Thanks,
that's
Tristan.
great.
Tristan,
Thank you,
you said
thank you.
something about solar plus battery farm and A1 regulation, which I have to admit, I don't know what that is, or AI regulation, artificial intelligence, maybe?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay. And so can you tell us more about solar plus battery farm?
Yes, of course. What this would do, we would use city property, one that has lots of space and extremely good lighting, and then we would place solar and a battery. The most important faults with solar is that during the night there's not enough produced, which is why we must have a battery. I know Tesla has battery, they have good notoriety, and I do think that the mission of the commission aligns with Tesla's. The solar panels, I do recommend that we do get double-sided and ones that can track the sun, since those can provide 3 times more energy than any kind of regular solar panel. Also, due to technological advances in solar, we are able to put them in water and into farms. That way it can cool them down. That's also a thing with the batteries. The Tesla brand has thermal cooling, so we would never have to pay extra to cool them. The benefits would be that Michigan City could possibly reduce taxes due to savings on power, and then we can also be a standalone asset for our citizens. That way we can make it cheaper for citizens. A well-known issue in Michigan City is that our citizens live paycheck to paycheck. So if we can just reduce taxes and reduce the cost of power, we can give them a substantial boost in what they have. And then again, I do stress that we must do this in like a proactive way, because we do not want to be the first or the last. But yeah, that's some about it.
Great. Are you familiar with the Michigan City Area Schools solar panel project?
Yes.
Good. So, I sit on the school board, and so I have more information on that if you're interested in that. And, certainly the company that installed ours is willing to, talk with anybody. And, and if you wanted to get together with them and talk, just kind of, flesh out your ideas, see what, they might, they're experts. They can tell you what might work, what might not work, what would work best and stuff. Then we could get you hooked up with them. And, you could learn a lot more about it.
Tristan, the other thing I'm aware of is that Dominique Edwards and I have been looking at some of the brown fields in Michigan City. Those are the fields that are, the places where there may have been factories or chemical type activities. And those are not suitable for rebuild without very expensive, extensive cleanup of those. So those may be spaces to actually look at for, being able to erect solar panel installations.
All right. Thank you.
Great. So again, I would ask to entertain a motion to add Tristan to our commission.
I make a motion that we add Tristan as our Michigan City High School representative to the commission.
Is there a second?
I have a question. Will this interfere with Alasia being able to continue or not?
With what?
With Alasia being able to continue since she's in high school now?
No, we can have two.
Okay.
Technically, Deb, technically we cannot, but we have never been able to get a student from Marquette. So we actually could amend our,
Well, I don't know if we can amend the.
well, I'm just saying you cannot, okay? But if, I doubt I'm very doubtful we're gonna get somebody from Marquette High School. So we could decide to have, two high school representatives.
Yeah, I think we could do that if we, especially, we've had so much trouble just getting enough students, and so maybe we wouldn't, I don't know if once we had two from middle school, but.
Yeah, one from Barker and one from Krieger. That's the way it's set up. If you take a look at our, they're not called bylaws, they're called something else.
It's the ordinance, yeah.
Yeah, the ordinance, exactly.
Okay, so, all right, so did I get a second on that? A second on that motion? Did anybody second?
Second.
Who said that?
So just to be clear, are we amending the original bylaws to allow for two Michigan City High School students to be representatives?
No.
Not if it's the ordinance, we can't. That's the city
Yeah.
council.
Okay.
Right. So no, we're not amending anything. We don't really need to right now.
Okay.
So did someone second?
I second. This is Daisy.
Okay, great. Okay, any other questions or discussion? All right, all in favor of adding Tristan as a student commissioner, say aye.
I
Or can you use your, you can't do your little reactions things. You can't show the little thumbs up on here. Oh, well, okay. Okay, any opposed? Okay, sounds unanimous.
we all have reaction things, Deb. You as the host do not.
Well, I'm not the host, but it could be because I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, but we all have reaction things, so we can all do a thumbs up.
Yeah,
If I do, I'm on my phone.
Oh,
okay.
Andy can. Okay. Sorry, Andy.
It's okay. My phone was easier.
Okay. All right. So then, well, congratulations, Tristan. We're so happy to have you. We generally meet every third Thursday at 4 p.m. We normally would meet at City Hall, but now we're doing this. So this is what we'll be doing.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate all of you in favor.
Excellent. We look forward to getting to know
Joining
you.
and being interested.
Yeah. So, okay. So now, Dahlia, having successfully been caucused onto the city council, is, of course, required to step down from her position on the Sustainability Commission. So now we have another vacancy to fill. It is a mayoral appointment. So whoever we get to fill that will have to get the mayor to appoint them. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone has any ideas offhand.
I do.
Okay. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about it, or do you just want to
Yeah,
get
I would be very happy to talk about it. This is actually Philip Kohler, who's been part of the Green Drinks team for a number of years now. And he, one of the things we were looking at is the mayor did not sign off on the ability to file a grant for the next phase of the Shifting Sands bike path. And Philip is a bike enthusiast. He works at the bike stop. He'll go out on lengthy rides on his bicycle. He is very excited about pathways and trails. And I think that he could be an excellent resource for us at this point in time. I did talk to him, and he was extremely excited and just kept saying yes, 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 yes. So I would like to put him up for consideration. He's a younger person, and he is a male also. So, I think that could bring some balance to our Sustainability Commission. So he's very dedicated to what he does. I call him Mr. Data Man for Green Drinks. He keeps our lists for our mailings and, all of that stuff. So he's very detail oriented also. So I think a number of people probably know Philip already. And if you don't, I'm more than willing to entertain any questions you may have and supply you with what information I do know.
Great. So it's really up to the mayor. So
Right.
So he'll have to go to the mayor, fill out one of those forms,
Right.
and then so what I'll suggest is that once we fill that position, that we then take up the issue of electing officers again. We're about at our, I think we flew past our 1 year anniversary. So it's about time to do that anyway.
Yeah, it would have been in April.
Oh,
Right.
April 1st?
I think so. I think it was April.
And May to April? Okay, April, May.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we probably didn't elect officers, immediately, but it's about that time for sure. We're past it now. And so I'll suggest that once we fill that position, and we have a full set of commissioners, then we will go about electing officers. Okay.
Oh, one thing, I think you mentioned that we have our meetings usually on the third Thursday. It's the
Oh, you're
second
right.
Thursday. Green Drinks is the third Thursday. I mix those up all the time.
No, thank you. Thank you. That's
Okay.
right. You're absolutely right. So did you get that, Tristan?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Sorry about that.
And it looks like we elected officers on May 30th.
Okay.
That's what my notes say.
Great. Thank you for keeping good notes. So we'll plan to do that as soon as we get a full commission. We'll elect officers again. It'll just start from zero. Okay. All right. So now on to our committee reports. Let's see. So we do generally have people assigned to these. So carbon footprint to gas, greenhouse gas and energy. I know that was Larry, but who else
And
was?
I said that I would take that over from Larry. So I said that I would take that over. Okay. So my name should be next to that now.
Okay, great. And then
Next
so
to-
these, so
Next
see
to
on
what, Polly?
no
What?
carbon footprint, greenhouse gas energy. So if you can just put
Okay.
Nancy in there. And then
Yeah.
Nancy, do you have a report?
Well, I would just like to say I'm very thankful that we did not file to get an intern for this summer because it would have been very difficult to do anything regarding greenhouse gas emissions with the city shut down like it is right now and only focusing on essential issues. So I think we sort of dodged a bullet with that one, actually. So, but I am committed to filing for an intern from IU for next summer, if that looks like that's going to be possible. Other than that, I don't have anything concrete that's been happening.
Okay, yeah, crazy times.
Yeah.
So, and just to, if you want to get on your calendar, it seemed like the application for that was due like mid-December.
Mid-December. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
And I'm committed to also getting the stipend from NIPSCO again, so that we're able to give the person that's here some pocket money.
Right. So that's not exactly how that worked, but that's okay. And we still should just do that, get the NIPSCO money, because that actually went to the program, and like they already were getting a stipend.
Oh, okay. So it was making up for the stipend they were getting from the university. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, but yeah, still great idea.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
Okay. And then waste reduction, is that you, Daisy?
Yeah. Some of you, or all of you may know, so with the PepsiCo Recycle Rally that we've been doing this past 2 years at Krieger, this year we got 6th place, so we got $25,000 for the school.
Wow.
So thank you all very much for your help and your advertising and your support and your cans and your bottles, everything. It really paid off. So thank you very much for that.
Congratulations to you. Wow.
Thanks.
Great work.
That's
Right.
is that about double what you got last year, Daisy?
We got 10,000 last year.
Oh, so it's even more. Okay.
Yeah.
Triple. Almost.
Yeah. So that is all I currently have.
All right. Well, that is really good. So you get, gold star for your report. There you go. Oh, you're looking at a hand clap too, yellow hand clap. Okay. Water Quality Committee. I have no idea who's that one?
That's Dahlia.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Celia.
Yeah, that was me, and we have not been meeting for the Trail Creek Watershed Partnership, so I don't have much to report. The Urban Waters is having a quarterly meeting coming up soon, so maybe I'll have something to report then.
Okay, terrific. Okay, Green Transportation Committee. I think that's you, Dominique, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Dahlia, can you please repeat that?
She said
Yeah.
that there she goes. She's
Yeah,
right.
the Trail Creek Watershed Partnership has not been meeting.
Okay.
During the pandemic here. We should start up again in July, and then also the Urban Waters quarterly meeting is coming up, so I plan to attend that even if it's virtual. So that's like a regional urban water environmental conference.
So can somebody clarify for me? Dahlia, are you still going to be on the commission, just not the head of it?
No, I'm not going to be on the commission at all. So
Okay.
I'm trying to swan song out of here.
Yeah, but she promises to attend when she can.
Okay.
She's
So we will have to find someone else to head up that committee as well. Okay, Green Transportation Committee, I think that was Dominique, is that right?
Yes, that was me. I currently don't have any updates due to everything that's been going on with the pandemic.
Okay, and so do you know anything about the Singing Sands Trail?
I actually don't have any information about the Singing Sands Trail, but I can find out.
Okay, I mean, and just to let you know, it sounds like Nancy knew. of
I
the
know
update.
I know exactly what happened because I was involved in a meeting with another organization, and I was also contacted by somebody from one of the federal agencies that was very concerned about this, and I'm going to be talking with them next week. So Dominique, if you want to be a part of that conversation, that would be highly appropriate. What happened is Mayor Perry very much was sticking to essential services only. So anything that crossed his desk that was not considered an essential service. He wasn't even considering it, yet alone signing off on it. So the sign off actually was not having the city commit any money to the project. It was just a statement that the city would support the project, that being phase 2 of the shifting sands trail. Okay, so there was 75% of those funds would be available from the federal government. I believe it comes through NERC, if I'm remembering correctly. So the community would need to come up with 25% of that funding, and it doesn't have to come from the city. It could come from businesses, it could come from nonprofits. Those funds could come from anybody. And that's as much as I know. I had asked how much it was total and have not received a reply on that yet.
I'm sorry, this is for the Singing Sands Trail project?
Yes.
Nancy, do you know if the match can come from like CDBG or Redevelopment Commission? If you know.
Yeah. It can come from anybody. It's not. The matching organization is not stipulated. The money is stipulated. So yes, redevelopment could be a source of that funding.
Excellent.
Yes.
So Nancy, if we get the funding, do we also have to get the mayor's signature?
He needs to be in support of the project. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
which he might,
Because
he doesn't have to pay.
If he doesn't have to pay, then there's a very good likelihood that he would sign off on it. And I totally understand the position he took during this period.
Sure.
Because all governments and government agencies were shut down except for essential services, and a bike hiking trail would not be considered essential services.
I see a lot of construction, and I just assumed that it was Singing Sands. Is that something else?
Where at, Laura?
Well, where are you seeing construction at, though?
Along 12 and along Michigan Boulevard.
Those are state roads, so those are not, and those are already programmed into the transportation improvement program.
They're not on the roads themselves, but they're beside it.
Those are still state roads. Those are not local roads.
So what is that, Dominique?
So because those are state roads, those are NDOT projects. Those are not Michigan City projects.
Is it a bike trail?
Are the along the side of the road?
Along the side of the road.
It's still a state project.
Yeah, it's not on the road itself, but it's close to the road, parallels the road.
It's a state project. They're doing road improvements.
It's not a road improvement. It's separate from the road, I think.
I think they're having to move things. I think they're having to move underground wires or conduits or whatever. Because
it looks like a trail.
No, I've seen digging up. I've seen digging up and soil put back down. Honestly, I don't know, but I do not believe that they had the funds to actually do the construction of the trail.
So I believe what we're seeing is Singing Sands Phase 2, which is fully funded and ready to go.
Okay.
And the question
so that is phase 2.
3. I believe so. I believe phase 3 is engineered, but not yet, private.
So we're looking at phase 3 then? Okay.
Well, phase 3 is up and coming, correct?
Right.
But it is engineered. That's correct, because I got that information too.
Dominique, do you know anything about the development of that trail, like the timeline or anything?
No, I do not. Not at this time. I would have to check on that.
I'd be happy to report back after I have my conversation with the federal official this coming week, okay?
All right, well, yeah, maybe include Dominique on that, so.
Yeah, I told Dominique she could be included in that call if she's interested, yes.
Okay, so I think that's it then for transportation. Grants Committee, that was me. We, obviously are not.
And I have to jump off of this call, so it was great chatting with you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, all right, take care, Dominique.
Bye, Dominique.
Okay, so Grants Committee, no report. I don't even know of any grants that might even be out there, let alone anything we have the capacity to apply for.
I was wondering, because there was the money for the either purchasing or the converting of city vehicles from diesel to propane. Last year, millions of dollars were left on the table because municipalities simply did not apply for that. And it was my understanding that that fund was going to be available again this year. So that may be something to look into.
Yeah, so, the school did apply for that money. That's the VW money. And the school got a bunch of new propane buses, which are awesome. They're quiet. The bus drivers love them. And they don't, of course, spew a bunch of particulate matter, although it still is greenhouse gases. It's not, you do get rid of the particulate matter. And of course, they're nicer. They don't, you don't have to plug them in at night so they heat them up so that they start in the morning. And you avoid the chance that they would start on fire, which has happened from those electrical things that they have to come up to. And they're much quieter, which the bus drivers love. So I got to ride on one, a few weeks ago, and very nice, lovely. So, and I think that Sue Harrison said she's going to be trying for some more. So I guess,
That's great.
in this context, though, we should be talking to the Michigan City Transportation Department.
Right, exactly. And I know that Dominique had meetings set up with the city planning department and also with transportation, but those, of course, were not able to happen because of the pandemic. So I know she's on top of it. There is a distinction between the VW, the Volkswagen money, and the money that's available through the state government. Those are two different funding sources.
I don't know. That's the only one I know. And I know the VW money is going through the states. It's going through, it's going through all the local governments. So anyway, but yeah, so since you have a plan to talk with Dominique, Nancy, do you think you could, ask her about that, see if she could follow up then with our Michigan City Transportation Department?
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, Education and Engagement Committee. So that's you, Andy, right?
Yes. Well, everything was canceled.
Put that by all the headings. Canceled.
Right. So I wrote a lot of emails and said that our Earth Day extravaganza was canceled, but everybody was excited to participate next year. And I put out a couple tentative dates, which I have to look at my calendar, which is on my phone. So sorry about that. But we've got a while to get that one planned. And I plan on talking to make sure dates don't overlap. They didn't this for 2020, but talk to the Porter County education gentleman who does the Porter County big expo so that we don't share the weekend with that one.
That's great.
And then also try again with art projects. I did meet with Laurel Izard, who said she would help with some art for a First Friday. The library to advertise for months next year. So, well, it would be for 2021. So I'll just kind of start over and go with that. It seemed to be a good idea and popular with everybody. So, and if there's any other ideas, just always telling somebody some fun stuff about something. I was going to speak at Green Drinks, the last one. Nancy, are we still going to do that? Talk about various things? Not this time. So, I'll chat at Green Drinks at some point if Nancy wants me to about upcoming events and education.
Is Green Drinks back on now?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you're doing it up.
No, I'm still stay at home. So, even though the governor has lifted everything for the state, I will not be venturing out for a while. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Was the next tentative Green Drinks in July?
No, we take July off. We never have one in July.
Okay.
We take December off and we take July off.
Okay.
So, Andy, I think you're still doing some stuff with the cleanup, right? The beach cleanup?
Well, as a friendly gesture and as just a individual citizen, I go out on Monday sometimes, not every time. My kids have been sleeping in a little late, but we always do the neighborhood, and I'll always stop to chat with anybody who wants to. I usually will wear a tree hugger type shirt when I'm doing it, just to entice someone to say something. So, hey, guess what? We're cleaning up today. I do plan on going with Daisy's actually doing a ton of cleanup too during the week.
Yes, right.
To try to do some of that. So, I was just at the beach today over by the senior center, and I noticed along the walkway up to the beach, a whole lot. So I spent some time on that, just, individually. And I did run it by the Monday mornings people to see if maybe we could scoot down there a little bit. But, nothing official with
That's great. I mean, I think, and of course, be great if you're taking pictures and posting them on our page, just to show how you can do this, safely under the current circumstances. That would be great. And then, if you decide to have a regular time or something, a place where people, could go and pick up, you'd have gloves available and, maybe masks, I don't know if you want to do it. But.
Andy, is the Monday morning beach cleanup, are they officially started or not? Because I got the message from Shannon that the kickoff had been canceled. Shannon sent an email that the kickoff had been canceled.
Okay. I don't know. Nora and Mike have been at the beach with gloves and grabbers, and they've picked up garbage.
On Monday mornings? On
Monday mornings. I was there past Monday, and there were buckets and gloves. And
okay, then they're there then. Okay. And that's from, what time is that, Andy? Is it from?
10 on Monday mornings, 8 to 10, usually meet at Washington Park.
Maybe could you post something on our site, our page, I mean?
Yeah, I sure will. On the
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I want to acknowledge Andy for keeping a presence on our Facebook page during Earth Month. She was posting lots of things to keep us and our community engaged. So, Andy, thank you very much for doing that. I'm sure it was a letdown from having a big extravaganza at the library, but you got the message of Earth Day out there anyhow. So thank you for doing that very much. And I also too want to encourage everybody that's on this Sustainability Commission to not only like that page, but also to invite your friends to like the page also, so that we start getting more traffic on it.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, and I don't know if everybody knows how to do that. You just, you go to that page, and then there'll be a thing off to the right that says invite friends. And then you click on that, and then it'll say select all. And then it will invite all your friends to like that page. The other thing, Andy, is, and I don't know really what kind of event or even like date that this would be relevant, but kids could do art projects at home, and we could do like a virtual display of art projects since kids are home and got nothing to do.
July, last year it was. I don't know if it was a marketing ploy or not. I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure July is plastic free month. So maybe we could put something on Facebook to say, hey, show us, what you're doing, make us an art project out of anything but plastic. Or like plastic or something like that.
Yeah. Or, I was thinking like you would make it with the plastic you pick up.
That's a really good idea too.
So, and then you could get kids to, make those sculptures out of, plastic garbage that they have picked up, and then they, take a picture of it, and we could share it on our page. And,
all right.
I don't know if we have the capacity to do a prize or something, some kind of incentive, but I don't know. I don't have any money. So.
I have plenty of PepsiCo recycling shirts that are made out of recycled water bottles that we could use as
Oh, okay.
incentives. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, Andy, are you willing to do that? Because so then you would put it out there, on this date, pick up your garbage plastic out by your yard or whatever, make a sculpture and send it in, and then we will mail you a T-shirt. So, but you'd have to do all the mailing. That's
I think
take care of some mailing.
the city could probably do that since it's part of a city project. I would think.
I don't know if you want to pursue that. I'm not sure how you would get anyone in the city to do that. But
I will humbly have Yachtbrite donate $50 for shipping. That's taken care of.
oh, that's nice.
Thanks.
Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I guess the other possibility is if it's in, Michigan City, we could just, throw them onto the porch or something. Dry fire from.
Yeah.
A potato gun and shoot them.
There you go. I don't have a potato gun. I don't know if anyone's got one.
Just joking.
Yeah. But, we could keep that as a possibility, just keep us down, could, throw them up on the porch or something.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. Maybe I'll start advertising the next week or so, get the ideas together, run it by you guys, and then you put it out on the Facebook and maybe make it due by the end of July, since the whole month is the plastic free, or maybe on August 1st or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be great. Awesome.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
And,
Poor kids got nothing to do.
I would probably maybe ask 2 or 3 of you to look at the pictures blindly, so you don't know who it's attached to. Since I'll have the information and their names attached to it, so that we could do it, fair and square.
All right. Sounds great.
Or maybe we could have a local artist friend or something look at them, or someone else in the recycling type community, or something like that.
Well, and hopefully they would all just get a T-shirt.
Oh, if you just want to get applications, okay. If we have plenty, that's awesome. I thought
Yeah, plenty. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You got plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
That encourages people to clean up the garbage. So
Yeah. So, all right. Great. Awesome. Okay.
So-
All right.
Wait,
do that.
Deb, the follow-up with Annie mentioned that I'm doing a cleanup on Wednesday. So this kind of just started out as just a couple friends. Like, we just went out to a couple different places in Michigan City and cleaned up some trash. But then I put it out on Facebook and people were really interested. So we have partnered with Monday Morning Cleanups. And so our Facebook page is in Northwest Indiana. It's NWI Cleanup Corps. And so it's from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. every Wednesday at a different location in Michigan City. And we'll post the location by the Tuesday afternoon before that Wednesday.
Great. You share that with our page?
Yeah. And if anybody has any suggestions for areas in Michigan City that need to be cleaned up, we're always looking for different areas.
Great.
And then provide gloves and buckets and pickers and rakes.
I love those pickers. All right. Excellent. Yeah. So if we could share that on our page, then that'd be great. And so that page, Northwest Indiana Cleanup Corps, that's all that page is for.
Yeah.
It's NWI, right?
Yep.
So if you're typing it in, the NWI, you don't have to spell it out.
Yep. That's all that's for. Just to post locations and pictures.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, I hope, it'd be great if you could share it on our page too. It'd be awesome. Okay. Anything else then on education and engagement?
not right now.
Okay. All right. So 2020 resiliency cohort update. All right. I've got a lot to share on that. I missed one, maybe two meetings. But then I went to the meeting they had today. And so just to kind of give you a little background, IU Resiliency Institute has a program where they help local cities do greenhouse gas inventories and then use that to create a climate action plan. And they do other things too. They have lots of other tools out there. And honestly, that was kind of where they threw me over the edge and I couldn't help anymore. They had this tool that was it was an index to try to figure out your capacity to adapt to the impacts of climate change. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll do this. Well, it's like 8 sections and each one has, I don't know how many questions, but it would require like talking to people in all the city departments to answer all these questions. And it just kind of like, it was too overwhelming. So I put that aside now. And as you all know, we did the greenhouse gas emissions inventory, not last summer, but the summer before, right? Yeah. So
It's last summer.
was it just last summer?
Yeah, it was just last summer.
Okay.
And honestly, that's why we need an intern to be able to do that. An intern would do that for us. So that's why
they would help. So
they would help. Yeah, right.
So they did the greenhouse gas emissions inventory, which we have. And so then the next step is to develop a climate action plan. So this group met once as a group and had a facilitator. And honestly, I never saw the results of that meeting. I was unable to attend. So that's where we are in the whole thing. Now they tend to be focusing on a community engagement plan. They keep throwing out all these things that, push. So then I think at the last meeting, I had sent everybody on the commission the spreadsheet that I threw together for the community engagement plan. And it really just lists organizations that you would want to contact or we would want to contact as a commission. And just to do kind of public education and engagement, of course, and to get more people involved in the climate action plan. So we haven't moved forward on that. So far, we just have this spreadsheet. That is probably not even, it's not fully completed. It was really, kind of a draft. So today, many of the cohort members talked about the survey that they did, which I thought was good. Of course, this is another part of the community engagement plan. And I have one that I will, I don't know, I guess I don't know if I will share it with you. This probably not be helpful. Anyway, it was 11 pages, but wasn't a bazillion questions. And what they did was they did this survey of their city employees. And so it asked all kinds of questions like, does your department buy recycled paper? Do you have LED lighting? Or do you have incandescent light bulbs? That sort of thing, all the things, do you copy 2 sides of every sheet of paper? So I thought that was pretty nice, pretty easy, for people to answer, wouldn't take too long. And you might really be able to kind of identify some low-hanging fruit in the city government. So there is another survey that people are doing, which is much like this one, with the community. But that's a big project and it requires incentives, and I had asked, Goshen did that one. And I think they're, quite a bit smaller than us. And I asked them, what their strategy was to get people to complete the surveys. And they had this system where if you filled it out, you would go into a raffle for a $30 ice cream gift card. So they and I don't think they're not very far on that one, but on the citywide one, I thought they were doing pretty well. Is someone trying to talk? Oh, that's me echoing. Okay. So anyway, I was pretty encouraged by the city employee survey. I thought that, would be a good project for us. It's, it's manageable, and it could be done, virtually, and it could net some good information for us. It's information that would go into that other index thing too at some future point. And so I wonder what anybody thinks about that. No thoughts?
Can we get our hands on the survey that was done?
Yeah, so they sent, they have this shareable file where you can get into it. I'll send everybody the link.
Okay.
Again, it's a little overwhelming. It's just, files full of other files, and they have templates in there. But I asked the gentleman who did it in Goshen to just send me his, and he did. So, and it's,
it would
a
be-
Word document.
Can't hear you, Deb.
But Nancy, go ahead.
It would be nice to see it first before we make a commitment.
You want to see it now? I can show it to you.
No, just send it to us, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So, let me see how many questions there are. So 33 questions on 11 pages, and they're all like multiple choice. No short answer or anything like that. So, so anyway, all right. So I will send that out, and I think that city employees are, many of them are essential services, and so they're actually working. Oh, I don't mean that. Okay, so that's what's going on with the cohort. They have actually another meeting set up for the 18th, which will be on, I will get that for you because that's important to get on your calendar. That one is, that's the round robin. Hang on, it's the 18th. Here it is. So this one is called Break Down Barriers. No, sorry, Ron. Hang on. I'm going to find it here. Here it is. Racial Equality in Climate Action Planning. So that is the 18th at 9:30 Central Time. And I will, I think you guys are all getting these emails too, aren't you, from Erin Lasher? I had her, yeah, you are. Okay. Okay, so I don't need to send that to you. Okay, so, and, but, hopefully it's good. They're all very, good events. It's just a lot. So, okay, so that is my report on the resiliency cohort. And so, as Nancy said, that'd be nice if we want to move forward with the climate action plan to get an intern to help. We, of course, did not, we were so unsure after the election, we didn't know what we should do. And then, of course, everything closed. So, so hopefully that will be an option for next year too, because many of the cities who are in the cohort have not even done the greenhouse gas emissions inventory yet. So I assume that they'll continue to be providing interns for the other part of it. All right, any questions on that? And Dahlia was there too. Dahlia, do you want to add anything?
No, but I really do think surveying the departments might not be a bad idea. You can just tweak the survey to what we want to find out. Everyone just shares everything. And yes, a lot of towns are doing some interesting things. Gary's going to have a sustainability commission coming up hopefully soon, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Richmond, Evansville, Goshen, Carmel, Fishers, Zionsville,
West Lafayette.
I think there's about 15, but yeah. Oh, and Evansville did this really nice website. I think they may have paid staff. Evansville's a big city. And so they are putting together this lovely website that one of them is just making. And it has the survey on it, and it also has, all of their data and other interesting things that they're doing and activities, and it's really nice. So if you want to see that email or that website, it's called E is for Evansville, all together.
I think their environmental site's live next week when I think they're waiting to launch something, so it's not
Right,
quite.
you're right, on Monday it will be up, she said. Right, so, but it is a very nice website and something, we should take a look at. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that West Lafayette's Go Green Facebook page, it's like our Sustainability Commission page, is really nice too. And I think, we should all take a look at that and, and just, look for ideas, because they had some really nice stuff on their Facebook page. So that
What was that last one?
It's West Lafayette, Go Green something, but that's their Facebook page. And it was really nice. So I would certainly encourage you to take a look at that too. Anything else, Dahlia? I'm forgetting?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. All right, great. And you all get the things for those cohort meetings, and you feel free to join. You don't, they ask you to report stuff, but if you don't have anything, you don't have to say anything. So there's a new guy. Who's that new guy? Where's he from? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, okay. So that's all I've got on that. No other questions? Okay. So new business. Okay, so we talked about the solar battery proposal from Tristan, and like I said before, be great to hook you up with our guys who did the one at the school system. They're super helpful, and and of course, if they thought they might get some work out of it, they're incentivized to work with you, and it'd be a great education for you, and you'd find out a lot more about feasibility. There's always these funny little details. You think, why do they take up all this space on the land? Why don't they do carports, and create shade? Well, it turns out that's a lot more expensive. I mean, and I wondered why they didn't put it on the roof. Well, it turns out they would have to do a very exhaustive structural assessment of the building. And if they ever needed to fix the roof, then they would have to remove the thing. So it got to be more and more expensive. So anyway, but these are all really interesting things to learn about installing solar panels. Okay, so other things on new business. The city passed a resolution with recommendations about the coal ash removal at the NIPSCO site. And so out of that as part of that is setting up a community oversight committee. And it's called a couple of different things, because Just Transition Northwest Indiana, another organization, also created a petition with those similar recommendations for the process. And they called it something a little different, an advisory committee or something. So, but anyway, it's basically the same thing. We had a conversation yesterday with Natalie at Save the Dunes, who is in contact with NIPSCO, to talk about, what that committee might look like. So just to kind of keep you, in the loop on that, it was interesting, when I read the resolution, it appeared it wasn't.
Deb, could I suggest we let Dahlia talk about her resolution? Could we do that?
Well, I talked to Dahlia about it this morning.
Oh,
so
you
I
did?
had a question about one of the sections that calls for a committee. It's not exactly clear, but I think, and Dahlia, of course, jump in and tell me if I'm not doing this correctly. It looks to me like that resolution calls for the mayor to create a committee. And it includes a couple of council members and others. So anyway, so I guess, my point is that there is this idea of a committee forming to provide some oversight of the transition, and more specifically, the coal ash removal. Although I think everyone agrees that whatever that committee ends up being, that it should stay intact and active for decades after the closure, because the NIPSCO closure plan calls for decades of monitoring of soil and groundwater. And so it would be important for that committee to continue until forever, frankly. So I would like to submit some comments to IDEM. IDEM is going to approve a transition plan, a closure plan for NIPSCO. And we've seen, I'm sure everybody has seen that out there, that NIPSCO has provided presentations on that. And they were very good. I have the PowerPoint if anyone wants to look at the PowerPoint on that. And I would like, because I think that whatever committee ends up happening, that there will be a representative from this commission on it. So I would like to submit comments to IDEM as to the NIPSCO transition plan. So, they're going to be modeled off of, what Hoosier Environmental Council has put together, and the resolution. I don't know, there's probably, I think the League did something as well, League of Women Voters. So I think they're due June 22nd, so clearly before we meet again. So if I can put them together and get them out to everyone, and just so you can take a look, and I think you should approve it as a commission. So I don't know how anyone feels. I mean, if you don't feel we should do any comments, whatever, let me know what you're thinking.
I think it's important that we have.
Go, and I will look at that for sure and give some comments, but I have to get out of here now. I'm sorry. We'll see you next meeting.
Okay. Bye, Andy. Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, I agree with Andy. I think it's important that we give our input. The more input we say, the more visibility our commission will have. And I think that's important.
Okay. Any other comments, Dahlia? What are you thinking?
Well, I think comments are good. I don't know if everyone wants to send them individually or if you guys want to sign off together. But again, that commission or that committee that we're going to put together, I think it depends on what the determination is, after all the comments come into IDEM.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be that NIPSCO agrees to do it regardless, or it may be a part of the final approved transition plan that's approved by IDEM. All right. Any other opinions on that? So if not, then I will put together something and then send it around, and I'll ask for your very quick turnaround to look it over and send it in, say if you have any problems with it or whatever right away so we can get it in. But it will look, similar to the resolution, similar to the other comments that Hoosier Environmental Council has submitted. Okay. All right. That's all I got. Okay. Now we are at board comments. Laura, any comments from you?
Welcome, Tristan. I'm very glad that we had this meeting. I feel like I have a little more grasp of what's going on here.
Okay, I have a couple comments.
Go ahead, Delia.
So yeah, thanks for being part of this commission, everybody. And I feel kind of sad to leave, but I know you guys are going to be in good hands, and I'm going to keep an eye on what you guys are doing, so you won't be under the radar.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for all your hard work and dedication to this. It was great to work with you.
Yeah, and Dahlia, thank you for being our first chairperson and for getting us off on the right footing, and for always reminding us that science and statistics and facts are important. So thank you for that.
And I'm very glad you're still going to be around. I'm very glad you're on the city council.
Yeah,
Agreed.
very
Thank
lucky.
you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Tristan has a comment.
Go ahead.
Yes. I wanted to share some extra info on the solar, if you don't mind.
I'd love it.
So far, there's one that was implemented in Australia. It had saved their government $160 million in 2 years. There's another interesting technology with solar. It's solar trees. I think that could be like a service that we can provide to citizens.
Excellent.
Thanks.
That kind of reminds me of the tree planting thing. Did the community tree, did that happen? Did those trees get planted? We got like a boatload of them. Nancy, do you know anything when you talked to Shannon Eason?
I believe they did get planted, and it wasn't like a group planting, but individual people were coming forward and taking responsibility for trees on their own properties. That's what I think ended up happening, because they couldn't do the kickoff with everybody coming together and planting the trees.
I know a lot of trees were planted around town.
Yes, around town, exactly. And they were asking for volunteers to come forward and help with that, I believe. No, you know what? That didn't happen. There were no volunteers involved. That was all, it was already paid for via a contract. Contractor services, they were already paid for, and that was set up way before the pandemic happened. And they had some extra trees, I think, and they offered those to people that would be willing to take them and plant them on their properties, and then accept the responsibility for those trees also.
There was also the usual tree giveaway that we usually have at the opening of the farmers market, but it happened at City Hall.
Yeah, there was a drive-through thing, and I think they had 3 native species of trees that
Three
were
or four. I think four species.
Okay.
Yep, I got some of those.
Good.
But they're like giant. One's like an elm, and one's like a hawthorn. I'm like, dang, those are pretty big. So I said they're still in a bucket of water, but I'll get them in the ground.
That sounds different than Martha planted some behind my house, and they're like sticks, but they're leafing out. So that might be different. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was my understanding that the community trees planting was actually bigger, because these are just tiny little sticks, with roots. But I thought that the community trees thing was going to be bigger trees, but I don't know where I got it.
It was bigger trees. They actually posted pictures on the My Michigan City Facebook page.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice. Okay, any other comments? So our next meeting will be July 9th at 4:00. So, all right, so I will put together some comments and get those out to you. And everybody else has their follow-up tasks, I guess. All right, great. Always nice to see all you.
Thank you for adding me.
Well, we're very happy to have you, Tristan.
Yay.
Look forward to working with you.
You too.
Great. All right. No chats, no nothing. We're all set. Okay. Do we need a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you all.
Yep. Thank you.